big man in a suit of armor. Take that off, what are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Lab's all set up, boss.
Oh, actually, he's the boss. I just pay for everything and design everything and make everyone look cooler.
Just stick to the official statement, and soon this will all be behind you.
And now Mr. Stark has prepared a statement. He will not be taking any questions.
I bought Twitter.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and the news this week. I mean, I had like 5 or 6 other videos planned for yesterday, and then Elon decided to do what Elon does and be the wild card, and so many of those got pushed off, and I'm going to try to get to him today. There's some interesting stuff going on with Chris Pratt. The world's largest woman is struggling with her own diagnosis, and a wide variety of other things, but first, I want to talk about a gauntlet that was thrown down apparently to Twitter employees that told them they have 6 months. Elon came in and said, "You all have 6 months to live." Well, sort of, and they're absolutely freaking out. The CEO, he's out for sure. I mean, it's only going to be a matter of time before he's out. He's losing his mind. Certainly everybody at Twitter probably could use a new set of drawers, which is exactly why I want to offer to them to save some money on these from Sheath. Check this out. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor. That's right, Sheath. These boxers are designed to keep your balls off your legs. Sheath has 3 individual compartments to keep everything down there separate and cool and comfortable. And hey, since they've been a long-time sponsor, I've heard from many of you who have tried out Sheath and really love it. They were invented by a U.S. Army soldier who came up with the idea for Sheath during his second tour in Iraq, where it was hot as heck and his boys needed to breathe. And on top of all sorts of awesome designs for Sheath, they've added all sorts of winter items, hoodies, gator necks, and all sorts of base layers. Head on over to the link in the description and pin comment down below. Use my promo code to save and support the channel and keep everything nice, cool, and dry. I know it's weird to be thinking about like trying a new pair out, but give them a try. Helps the channel. If you don't like them, you can always send them back. I have a feeling you will, though. Twitter CEO tells employees company is in the dark over future under Musk. Twitter chief, for now, executive Parag Agrawal, told employees on Monday that the future of the social media firm is uncertain after the deal to be taken private under billionaire Elon Musk closes. He was speaking during a company-wide town hall meeting that was heard by Reuters. Musk will join Twitter staff for a Q&A at a later date, the company told employees. As Agrawal listed off staff questions about Musk's plan for the company, the possibility of layoffs, and the board's rationale for the deal, he deferred many questions as one that really must be asked of Musk. Musk said he believes Twitter should be a platform for free speech. Employees asked Agrawal, of course, first and foremost, whether or not former President Donald Trump would be reinstated, who was permanently suspended. I'm sure that was like the most important thing to all of them, right? Once the deal closes, he said, "We don't know which direction the platform will go." Agrawal said, referring to the question regarding Trump, "I believe when we have an opportunity to speak with Elon, it's a question we should address with him." Now, of course, Trump literally can't really come back on YouTube or on Twitter unless he wants to abandon Truth Social. By the way, I'm on Twitter, active on Twitter, but I'm also active on Gab, Getter, and I have an account on Truth Social. I can't log into True Social yet because I don't have an iPhone, but I have a profile there. So if you can, follow me at The Quartering, wherever. If you're making your return to Twitter, I saw a couple thousand new people yesterday. Stop by. So Brett Taylor, chair of Twitter's board of directors, aimed to reassure employees that the agreement with Musk prioritized, quote, operating continuity until the deal was closed. I think we feel very comfortable that the deal gives this team the ability to continue to make the company successful in between the signing and the closing of the transaction. Now, we don't really know exactly how long that's going to take. However, what we do know is that I have a suspicion that suspend account button is going to be, there's going to be a lot of hesitation. There's going to be a lot of hesitation about pressing it. You see this article, yesterday, Twitter employees are freaking out about Elon Musk. It's actually happening. He mulled turning their headquarters into a homeless shelter, questioned whether the company was dying, and tweeted out major corporate news that launched a full-scale SEC investigation. Now at Twitter, Elon Musk is the soon-to-be boss. In need of a stiff drink, one current employee tweeted Monday, following news the company had accepted Musk's offer. $50 billion spent on social media site when people are starving to death. That's such a cope. All right, why don't you go down to Disney and ask them why they're spending $1 billion a year on movies that are pointless, do not enrich society, and instead, why aren't they solving the global health crisis? Better yet, why don't you go and, I know a lot of these people pray at the altar of companies like Pfizer. I see them wearing their t-shirts. Why don't they go ask Pfizer, oh, why aren't you solving the global health crisis? Why is it Elon Musk that has to? And by the way, he's already done a ton towards that. But, that's neither here nor there. These people are not smart nor interested in being authentic in any way. The comments on Blind, an anonymous social media site, have been even more pointed. Musk is dishonest, clueless, and mentally ill, wrote one user, whose account was verified with an active Twitter email address. A Blind spokesperson confirmed. Another employee took aim at the billionaire supporters inside the company. Elon fanboys are brain-dead mouth breathers, and we have a bunch of them at Twitter, for the record. I knew there was. Can't wait until he lays half of us off. Well, the average salary for a Twitter employee is well over $200,000 a year. And the entitlement, it's just I don't know if anybody, I don't think I've ever really met anybody who is this mental, who's just I'm in the top 1% or 2% of the population. I don't know. It's not 1% probably, but the top 5% of earners. Whatever. I hope I just get laid off because I don't like this guy's tweets. Why does anyone think that having a CEO run multiple companies is a good thing for Twitter? One employee commented. Former CEO Jack Dorsey did this and caught tons of heat for it. It's not going to be different for Elon. It's not yet known whether Musk will take the business or what will happen to the existing leadership team. Well, he's going to remove most of them. But on top of that, I think you also have, I'm sure Elon is going to have a CEO. By the way, Elon, I would like to formally apply for the CEO position at Twitter. I think I could do it. This via the Daily Mail. Twitter staff are told in emergency meeting that their jobs are only safe for 6 months or until Musk completes his $44 billion takeover, as they demand to know if they will be forced to return to the office. Another entitlement thing. And hey, look, you know what? You want to quit your job, more power to you. I guess I grew up in a different time. I know that working remotely is really nice. When I worked in the private sector, we had about between 30 and 50 employees that worked for me. Many of them could work from home. I allowed it on Fridays, but I always wanted my people in the office because working from home, while if you have a I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but if you have a record keeping job or whatever that is truly independent of anyone else, those type of jobs can work from home in perpetuity. But you can't get the same team environment. You can't get the same bouncing off of ideas through a Slack chat. It's just not the same. I've tried it. I've done it. I let people work from home for a long time. Productivity plummeted. creativity cratered, and I made everyone come back to the office because it's just, you know, they made a promise that I wouldn't see any kind of drop. By the way, I was in the office every single day, so it's not like I was working from home, and you know, I just didn't mind it. I wanted to try it, but in our world, in the internet marketing world, it wasn't good. You need to be able to turn over and talk to somebody. You need to have meetings where you see people face to face. There are jobs that can be done remotely with little to no kind of degradation. Maybe working at Twitter is that. You know, I don't know. It seems unlikely. But I know a lot of people out there quit when their company said they had to come back because they got too used to working in their PJs and having time with their kids. I don't blame people for that, but it seems kind of, I don't know. Twitter staff have been told that their jobs are safe for at least 6 months until Elon Musk takes over the terms of the $44 billion deal to control the company agreed on Monday. Now, what if they complete the deal sooner? Well, you know, and plus, they obviously have 6 months to find another job. And like, I'm not going to pretend that nobody at Twitter is going to quit. Some people will. Twitter has something like 7,000 employees. My prediction is it will be less than 1%, which is irrelevant. All right. There isn't any one person at Twitter quitting. There isn't 20 people quitting or 30 people quitting that couldn't be easily replaced. Also understand there are a lot of technologically minded men and women out there who are fans of Elon who will now love to work for Twitter. And that's an inconvenient truth for them. I mean, yeah, go ahead and quit. That's your right. But also understand that there are plenty of people that want that job now that didn't want it before. So Twitter's going to be totally fine. I would absolutely love the opportunity to work at a company owned by Elon so I can move laterally into like SpaceX or Tesla or something like that in some sort of marketing position or something of that nature. And there's lots more people like that than me. Concerns about immediate job losses were allayed, with employees told that the business will operate as usual until a deal closes in the next 6 months. But the deal could close next week. I mean, that's the reality of this. Musk may say like, yo, this has got to get going on. You know, like, we got to go. Quote, it's absolutely insane at Twitter right now in the virtual valves of private Slack rooms and employee group texts, according to an internal source. Their take and breakdown is, I feel like I'm going to throw up. I really don't want to work for a company owned by Elon Musk. Twitter employees are openly rebelling against Elon Musk. He said he wanted to take Twitter algorithm open source. They just trolled him using Twitter's official GitHub, posting a public repo called The Algorithm with zero code. Well, they're not going to be able to stop that. When he takes over, these little like nails that stick out are going to get hammered down. That's just the way this works. And it's funny to me, you know, like, go ahead, openly rebel and then go work for, I mean, geez, there's, you know, any number of far left leaning companies in Silicon Valley for you to go work for. So there's not like, you know, I'm not sweating it. But Elon's not going to put up with that. I guarantee it. And once it's a private company, he'll just fire you. Well, like he's going to do to probably 20% of the staff the minute he takes over. That's just my guess. I hope you enjoyed this video. We've got lots more news today. So make sure you click that red subscribe button down below, or if you're watching on Rumble, BitChute, or Odyssey, please subscribe there as well. I really appreciate all of your support, and we'll talk to you again real soon.